Hey everybody, welcome to another action-packed, exciting episode of Scotty's Record Shop. Before we get into the situation at hand, I just want to say hello to our new subscribers. I think we got one or two. I know in the last video I had noted that we had lost a few, and I don't know where you guys went. I hope someday you're found. You know, you're out there in the wilderness, and hopefully you'll come back. Anyway, but hello to our new subscriber or subscribers. I cannot remember. I've gotten a couple. And always, I appreciate each and every one of you. I debated whether to do this one or not, or even start this. Back some time ago, I'm still on radio, or at least on internet radio, and I would do this thing called Record Roulette. And I do an internet show from my house here. That's how I do it now. And have, the full setup, the turntables and everything. And for a while I was playing nothing but vinyl because, it was the vinyl craze. And it was kind of neat to hear pops and crackles over the air. We don't hear that anymore because I'm not going to get into the whole thing about that, but pretty much everything you hear on radio now is off of a computer. But anyway, I had everything set up, and what I would do during the radio show I'd have my wife just grab a record randomly off one of the record shelves. At the time we had a few more record shelves. We only have two down here now. Some of them have been moved upstairs. But the main one here that you guys see all the time in the videos, and there's one over here as well. And what I do is I'd have her pull a record off, and I would have to play something off of that on the air. I had no idea what it was going to be. No idea if it was going to fit the theme or the format or whatever to the show that I was doing at the time. Nothing. It was total insanity. And on top of that, which made it a lot funner and funnier for my listeners, was the fact that my wife I'll be polite about this. I'm not sure how to. She's an extremely conservative Christian. So if she pulled an Ozzy Osbourne record off the shelf, not only would I get the record and then I'd have to play something off of it, I would get a slight lecture from her of why do we have this demonic music in the house. So, and the listeners loved it. Sometimes she would pull out a Bee Gees record and she likes the Bee Gees and all that other stuff, whatever. So that was interesting, and I was thinking what I should do, and I know other people do something similar to this, or they have done similar things to this, and they call it something different. I don't remember what they call it. It was a game from a long time ago. Anyway, irrelevant. It doesn't matter. What I would do is I would randomly pull a record off this wall, or if I chose to, I don't know if I can do this and you guys can see it. Am I turning it right? Yes, I am. There's a wall over there as well, a littler wall, a little shelving unit. I would pull something off of there, and I would have to talk about it. I have no idea what it's going to be, and this could get really ugly really fast, because it could be a really uncool record and you're all just going to go, what do you have that for? And B, I could look at it and just have, what the hell am I going to say about this? I don't know. So let's do it. We're gonna see how this goes. I mean, if people like me doing this, I know that on the radio they loved it. They loved it. I hated it. In a way, I hated it. In a way, I loved it because it was funny, and I learned to not take myself as seriously as I sometimes do on the radio, unfortunately. So what I'm going to do is, I have no idea. I mean, even if I can't see the spines of any of these records. So even if I walked up to this wall and I pulled something out, I can't see what I'm pulling out. I have to pull it out and look at it before I even know. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to reach behind here. I do have a general idea. This shelving unit right here is in alphabetical order. It's like the A's, I think it's A's to like S's all the way down here. And some of the ones over there are in order. I think that's down to the Z's, but then like half that shelving unit isn't in order. There's like two shelving units upstairs that aren't even in order. They're just all over the place. It's just a random mess. A beautiful mess, but it's a random mess. So let's pull a record and see what happens. I'm just going to reach behind here. Never mind. Please pay no attention to the contorted guy on the video here. I can't see what the hell I'm doing. And I'm just going to pull a record. I'm going to go with this one. What am I going to pull? Phew. I got lucky. I'm not going to be banished by the community for pulling out a Montevini album. Anyway, I guess the album that I pulled out was this one. 1967, although I'm not sure of the year of the press of this. This is, by the way, this is Days of Future Past by the Moody Blues. Down here must be the M section, apparently. I don't know. This is a fantastic album. It's about time that these guys made it into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. In all honesty, they really I don't want to say half-heartedly. What's the word? I'm not sure even the word I'm looking for, but they just happened upon creating really a genre, and it's within kind of, or within popular music. I mean, no one really ever fused classical music with rock and roll before. And there's a little bit of a theme in this. Well, it's not a little bit of a theme. It's a theme. It's the story of a day, the events of a day, starting with the morning and then the afternoon, Tuesday afternoon, and then of course ending with Nights in White Satin. So this, in many, many respects, is a very, 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 very influential album. What I'll do is I'm inventing this as we're going along. I'll pull out this. It's interesting. I just noticed this was a Nugget special down in Boston. I know that a lot of their records back in the 80s were priced at $1.99, which was fair. You're not buying this album for $1.99 now. Let me see if I can get this out of here. Yes, it's the on Durham, and I'm going to hold this up like this. I don't know how well that you can see this. You probably can't see the type very well here. There you go. That may be a little better. If you guys know the year, I know this is early 70s, at least early 70s pressing. I don't know if this is a late 60s or not pressing. It is I believe it's a stereo pressing. Although it doesn't have the stereo indication on here. Does it? Made in USA. Durham. Yeah, very interesting. Well, let me see here. Yes, it is a stereo pressing. It says it on here. So anyway, the Moody Blues, Days of Future Past, from 1967, an absolutely classic album. I guarantee you, in this record roulette game that we're going to start playing here, that we are not going to pull out classics every single time, and that's what's going to be cool. And I guarantee you there's going to be times when I pull something out and I'm like, or even better yet, and I know for some of us who collect records, a lot of records, we forget that we have something. Oh wow, I have this. So that might happen too, who knows. Let me know if you like this silly little game. If you like this, I'll start doing it on Mondays. I know Wednesdays around here are records you should know, or albums you should know about, and we're going to keep that because people seem to like that. Even though my Etta James video ended up being a turd. 25 people watched that. Go watch my Etta James review on At Last. It's a great album. You're really missing out on something. But anyway, let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, and share. Please, please, please. I really want to make this video, this channel grow. I'm trying to make this channel grow a little bit. We're kind of going backwards a little bit, but I think it's summertime and not as many people are on YouTube, so we're hoping that that's what it is. But anyway, until next time, everybody, peace and love.